Welcome to the Madison Motor Podcast. Today is Friday, October 13th, 2023. Today we will recap everything from yesterday, look ahead to everything going on today and the weekend, news and notes, and best bet of Fab 5. We'll start with the baseball playoffs. We will look back on yesterday's Game 4, and I'll make my pick of for the league championship series. Phillies over the Braves 3-1 as the Phillies for the second consecutive year upset the Atlanta Braves and make the league championship series. Rangers Suarez to win, Spencer Strider to loss, and Matt Strom with the save. And the Phillies bounce back after the loss in Game 2. And win the 2 at home. And now they face an unlikely team in Arizona in a scenario which they're going to be favored in the series. So that series actually starts on Monday. And then the AL series will start on Sunday. I'm going to do the odds real quick for the series. The Phils are minus 166. The D-backs are plus 140. NLCS MVP. Wow. That's exciting. You could bet on that. Best player in the series, probably Bryce Harper. Although you could argue Corbin Carroll. You could argue a couple of other people. Best pitcher, I'm going to say Zach Wheeler, although you could argue Zach Gallen, Aaron Nola. Managerial edge, that's a hard one because I think Trevor Lavelle is a really good manager. But Rob Thompson at this point knows how to win in October, so that is so hard to say who has a managerial edge. Maybe from an experience standpoint, it is the D-backs manager, but maybe from the short sample size standpoint, it should be Rob Thompson. So I'm going to say Lovello. I don't feel good about that. In terms of a pick, I think the Phillies get their lineup, their big guns for the first couple games of the series in their rotation. And then the D-backs will probably see Zach Gallen. And there's Merrill Kelly in there too. So for a pick for the series, I'm going to say Phillies in 6. I want to say 5. I think the D-backs will pick off a few at home. Because of how nutty that crowd has been. The Philadelphia Phillies 4-2 is plus 390. And that is the favored outcome. And then the American League, you have the Astros and the Rangers. Best guy in the series, Jose Altuve, although you could argue for Corey Seager as well, or Yordan Alvarez. Who has a managerial edge. I'm going to say Dusty Baker over Bruce Bochy for now. Although Bochy has more rings than Baker, but I would pick Dusty because Bruce Bochy hasn't won a title since 2014, and Dusty won one a year ago. Pitching edge, if Max Scherzer comes back, definitely the Rangers. If not, it might still be the Rangers, although the extra pitching is good in their own right. And the bullpen, Astros. And then for pitching and bullpen for the National League Series, I'd say Phillies for both. So, like I said, it's going to be an interesting series. And then best pitcher in the series is probably Verlander. Although, you could argue Scherzer if he comes back from his injury. So, my pick for this in-state series, Texas Rangers in 6. That's plus 570. So I'm going to go with the upset, and they're plus 126 to knock off the Astros, and Houston's minus 148. So that should be a fun series. And then Sunday night is when it all begins on Fox between the Rangers and the Astros in the ALCS. Astros minus 142, Texas plus 120, over under 8.5, overs minus 115, unders minus 105. Rangers plus 1.5. Minus 184. Astros minus 1.5 is plus 152. I'm going to go with the under in this game, but I don't feel good about it. Maybe it's Max Scherzer for Texas, which would be a lot of fun. Having the two ex-Mets facing each other. So, we'll see about that. All right, now we'll move on to Thursday Night Football. We will recap the game and look ahead to the games for Sunday as the Broncos and Chiefs played. The Chiefs win an ugly game, 19-8, and I mean it was disgusting to watch. Is 5-1. Denver is 1-5. All right, the Sunday slate. We'll kick things off. In London, between the Ravens and the Titans. My projection for this game is Ravens by 3 total, 38.5. And it is Baltimore giving 4 total, 41.5. I love the under so much in this game. Next up, 1 o'clock, Commanders-Falcons on CBS. My line is Falcons by 7, total 44.5. for fifth. And it's 2.5 and 42.5. I'm going to lay the points with the Falcons. Vikings Bears is next on Fox. I project Mini by 1, total 50 and 2/5. And we have 3 and 43.5. Oh my God, I love the over. I know Justin Jefferson's hurt, but I still think the Vikings can put up their fair share of points. Seahawks Bengals on CBS. I have Pick'em in 45, and it is $2.5 and 44.5. I'm gonna take Seattle getting the points, and the money line's plus 134. I don't know if I'm going to pull the trigger on that one yet. 49ers Browns on Fox. The line's 49ers by a whopping 13.5, total 4.5, and that's because of all the injuries. And it's 9.5 and 35.5. I like the over. I just think the 49ers offense is a humming machine. They could hit that by themselves. Panthers Dolphins at 1 o'clock on CBS. The Dolphins are giving 13.5. Total is 47.5. Another over I like. And the most amount of ways ever. Colts Jaguars on CBS. I project Jags by 12, total 44, and a fifth. And it's 4.5 and 44.5. I really like the Jaguars. Minus the points, and this is the second time these two teams are facing off this year, too. Saints Texans on Fox. I have Saints 4.5, total 38 and 7/10. And it's 1.5 and 42.5. I'm going to pick the under in this game. I think that total is extremely high. 4 o'clock slate on CBS. You have Patriots Raiders. I have Raiders 2, total 37 and 9/10, and it is Raiders 2.5, total 41.5. I like the under. On Fox, you have the Lions and the Bucks. I have Lions by 3, total 44.5. And it's 3 and 42.5. I like the over. Cardinals Rams. I have Rams by 8, total 46 and 2/5. And it's 7 and 48.5. I like the under. A lot of totals this week I like. And then Eagles Jets. I project Eagles 13.5, total 44 and 3/10. And it's 7 and 41. I'm going to lay the 7 with the Philadelphia Eagles. And on Sunday Night Football, 8:20 on BC, Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth on the call. Giants Bills. Giants might not have Daniel Jones or Andrew Thomas, and even Saquon Barkley too. I project Bills 8.5, total 45 and 2/5. And it's 14.5 and 44.5. I'm taking the Giants getting the big number. I probably won't put it in Fab 5, but that's where my edge lies, assuming the quarterback plays. All right, now move on to college football. College football, we're gonna have to do like rapid fire. So we'll look at the results from last night and look ahead to today's. And again, I don't have totals for some of the games, so I apologize about that. Houston knocks off West Virginia 41-39 on a walk-off touchdown pass from Donovan Smith to Stephon Johnson. So this was an absolute shootout. Houston's 3-3, West Virginia's 4-2, and an SMU beats East Carolina 31-10. All right, couple games tonight, 7 o'clock ESPN, Tulane, Memphis. I project Tulane by 3 total, 52 and 3/5. And it is 4.5 and 54.5. Slight under. 8 o'clock CBS Sports Network, Fresno State, Utah State. I project Fresno by 9 total, 61 and a 20th. And it's 4.5 and 56.5. That's a hard one, but I'm going to take the over. And last but not least, Stanford, Colorado, 10 o'clock on ESPN. I project Colorado by 12 total, 16.5. And it's 11.5 and 59.5. Slid over, and I think Travis Hunter's back tonight. So a couple of games on Saturday. We're going to do rapid fire. Number 1, Georgia at Vandy, 12 o'clock on CBS. I got Georgia 26, total 58 and 3/10. And it's 31.5 and 55.5. I'm going to take the points. Indiana, number 2, Michigan on Fox. My line is Michigan 22, total 44 and 3/5. And it is 33.5 and 45.5 to hit the points. Number 3, Ohio State, Purdue on Peacock. My line is Ohio State 22, total 48 and 9/10. And it's 19.5 and 52.5. Under. Syracuse, number 4, Florida State on ABC. I have Florida State by 20, total 57 and 9/10. And it's 17.5 and 55.5. Over. Arkansas, number 11, Alabama, 12 o'clock ESPN. I have Bama 13, total 51.5, and it's 20.5 and 46.5. Taking Arkansas on the points. Big Ten Network, Michigan State, Rutgers. I have Rutgers by 8, total 43 and 19/20, and it is 4.5 and 39.5. That's a hard one, but I'm going to take the over. Fox Sports 1, Iowa State, Cincinnati. I have Iowa State by 4, total 48 and 3/4. And it's Cincy 4.5, total 44.5. I'm going to take Iowa State plus the points and plus 164 outright. Temple, North Texas. On ESPNU, I have North Texas by 10, total 65 and 2/5. And it is 6.5 and 68.5. I'm going to lay the 6.5 with North Texas. Georgia Southern, James Madison on ESPN2. I have JMU by 3, total 55.5. And we have 5.5 and 58.5. Under. Kent State, Eastern Michigan, CBS Sports Network. I have Eastern 15, total 43, and a fifth. And it's 7.5 and 39.5. I'm going to lay the points. Navy Charlotte at 2 o'clock. My line is Navy by 7, total 47 and 3/5. And we got here Navy by 3, total 43.5. I'm going to say the over. Toledo Ball State, 2 o'clock ESPN Plus. I have Toledo 11, total. Or no, it's 15 and 57, my projection. And it's 16.5 and 47.5. I like the over. All right, Cal number 16, Utah, 3 o'clock Pac-12 Network. I have Utah 14, total 47 and 10th. And it is 10.5 and 44.5. I like Utah minus the points, especially if Rising's back. UMass at number 6, Penn State on the Big Ten Network. I have UMass as a 33-point underdog, total 57 and 18/20. That's 41.5 and 54.5. I'm gonna take the points. Next up is the game of the week on ABC. Number 8, Oregon. Number 7, Washington. I project Washington by 5, and it is 3 and 66.5. I'm going to lay the 3 right now, although the official podcast pick is probably going to change to the total. CBS, Texas A&M at number 19, Tennessee. I have Tennessee by 8, and it is 3 and 55.5. I'm going to lay the 3. Number 23, Kansas at Oklahoma State on Fox Sports 1. I have Kansas by 22, and it's only 2.5. I'm going to lay the points. But is the quarterback back? Doubtful. So that would go down to 7. All right. Next up is Troy Army. I have Troy by 6. And it's 5.5 and 42.5. I would take the over. Illinois, Maryland, 3:30 on NBC. I have Maryland by 13. And it is 13.5 and 50.5. Tough one, but I would probably go with the under. Florida, South Carolina on the SEC Network. I have South Carolina by 6. And it's 2.5 and 50.5. I'm going to like the points. Wake, Vautech, ACC Network. I have Vautech by 4. And it is 1.5 and 47.5. I'm going to lay the 1.5 with Vautech. BYU TCU on ESPN, I have Pick'em. And TCU's giving a whopping 5.5. I'm taking BYU plus the points right now. ESPN 2, FAU South Florida. I have USF by 4. And it's 2.5. Total 6.5. I'll take the over. Don't feel good about it, though. Akron Central, Michigan Maryland Central by 1. It's 12.5, 43.5. I'll take Akron getting all those points. Bowling Green Buffalo, I have Bowling Green by 5, and it's Buffalo 3.5, total 43.5. I'll take Bowling Green plus the points. And the money line at plus 168. Miami of Ohio and Western Michigan, I have Miami of Ohio by 21. And it's 8.5. I'm going to lay the points. On Fox at 4 o'clock, Iowa, Wisconsin. I have Wisconsin by 2, and it's 10, 34.5. I'm going to take Iowa getting the 10. That's way too many. Next up, Ohio and Northern Illinois. I have Ohio by 11. And we have 5.5 and 44.5. I'll lay the points. 5 o'clock, UNLV in Nevada. I'm going to say UNLV by 7. And it's 7.5 and 53.5. I'm going to take the over. San Jose State, New Mexico. I have a pick 'em. This is a 6 o'clock game, by the way. And it's 7.5 and 57.5. I'm taking New Mexico getting the points and plus 230 outright. Number 14, Louisville at Pitt. At 6:30 at the CW Network, I have Louisville by 10. And it's 7.5. Wow. I'm going to lay it, although I don't love it. 7 o'clock, Pac-12 Network, Arizona, number 19, Washington State. I have Wazoo by 8. And 7.5 and 57.5. I'll take the over. Auburn and number 22, LSU. On ESPN, I have LSU by 12. And it's 11.5 and 16.5. I'm going to take the over. Next up, Kansas State, Texas Tech on Fox Sports 1. I have K-State by 2. And it's Texas Tech 1.5, total 56.5. Give me K-State plus the points and plus 105. ESPN 2, Marshall, Georgia State. I have Georgia State by 11, and it's 1.5 for real. And 54.5. I'm laying the 1.5 with Georgia State. Yale Monroe, Texas State. I have Texas State by 10. And it's 16.5 and 63.5. I'm going to take Yale Monroe getting the points. Next up is Wyoming Air Force. On CBS Sports Network, I have Air Force by 6. And it is the sneaky candidate for Game of the Week. I'm trying to find the number. There it is, 11.5 and 42.5. Give me Wyoming getting the points. That's way too many. On NBC tonight, number 10 USC and number 21 Notre Dame, I should say tomorrow night. And I have USC by 4. And it's Notre Dame 2.5, total 6.5. Give me SC plus the points of plus 118. Number 25, Miami at number 21, North Carolina on ABC. I have UNC by 9, and it's 3.5 and 56.5. I'm going to lay the 3.5 with North Carolina. Missouri at number 24, Kentucky. At CC Network, I have Kentucky by 1, and it's 2.5. Total is 50.5. I'm going to take the over. Number 18, UCLA at number 15, Oregon State on Fox at 8 o'clock. I have Oregon State by 2, and it is 3.5 and 53.5. I'll take the under. Don't feel good about it, though. NC State at number 27, Duke. Or 17, Duke. On the ACC Network, I have Duke by 3, total 44.5. I'm going to lay the 3 with Duke. ESPN UAB at UTSA. I have UTSA by 16. And it's 9.5 and 67.5. I'll lay the points. Boise State, Colorado State, 9:45 Fox Sports 1. I have Boise by 12 and 7.5 and 16.5. I'm going to lay the points. And last but not least, San Diego State at Hawaii, 11 o'clock CBS Sports Network. I have San Diego State by 10 at 6 and 52.5. I'm going to lay the 6 with San Diego State. All right, NHL rapid fire. We'll go over everything from yesterday and look ahead to tonight and the weekend. Rangers over to Sabres 5-1. Flyers over to Jackets 4-2. Devils over to Red Wings 4-3. Preds over to Kraken 3-0. Stars over to Blues 2-1. The shootout. Wild over to Panthers 2-0. Golden Knights over to Sharks 4-1. A big night tonight in the league. 7 o'clock you have the Coyotes against the Devils. Devils minus 40. Coyotes plus 195, over under 6.5. Over is minus 112, under is minus 108. Coyotes plus 1.5 is minus 132. Devils minus 1.5 is plus 102. I like the over a lot. And last but not least, at 7:30, ESPN Plus and Hulu, Capitals Penguins from DC. Penguins are favored, minus 120. The DC's even money, over under 6.5, minus 110 each way. Pens minus 1.5 is plus 190. Wild plus 1.5 is minus 225. I'm going to go with the over, but I don't feel super strong about it. The case is that everybody scores goals. All right, Saturday, 1 o'clock Flyers Sens, 4 o'clock Panthers Jets, 7 o'clock Preds Bruins, Rangers Blue Jackets, Wild Maple Leafs, Blackhawks Canadians, Lightning Red Wings, Flames Penguins, 7:30 Sabres Isles, 8 o'clock Kraken Blues, Canuck Oilers at 10, Ducks Golden Knights, Avs Sharks, and 10:30 Hurricanes Kings. And on Sunday, 7 o'clock you have the Lightning at the Sens, and 8:30 the Hurricanes against the Ducks. Okay, WNBA Finals, game number 3, the Liberty on the brink of elimination and getting swept at home. The Aces are probably monster favorites in the series now. So it's Sunday, 3 o'clock on ABC from the Barclays Center. It looks like the Aces are actually giving points here. 2.5 and 172.5. I'm going to take the Liberty plus the 2.5 and plus 114. They're home. The Barclays Center crowd is going to be ruckus. So I'm going to take the points with Vegas against the Liberty and plus 114 outright. I'm going to take the points with the Liberty, against Vegas. All right, now we'll do a little bit of soccer. We'll go over everything from yesterday, look ahead to a little for this weekend. All right, Euro qualifying, Spain over Scotland 2-0. Albania over Czech Republic 3-0. Turkey over Croatia 1-0. Norway over Cyprus 4-0. And Poland over Faroe Islands 2-0. And the CONMEBOL, Colombia, Uruguay 2-2 draw. Argentina over Paraguay 1-0. Ecuador over Bolivia 2-1. Chile over Peru 1-0. And Brazil, Venezuela 1-1 draw. We have more CONMEBOL games next week. All right, Saturday MLS slate 8:30 you have Dallas, Colorado, Nashville, New England, and 10:30 LA at Salt Lake. And the husband is not slated for these games. And then the soccer for NWSL, 5 o'clock on Sunday, Angel City, Portland, Chicago in the rain, Gotham, KC, Orlando, Houston, San Diego, Louisville, and Washington, North Carolina. So they are all playing for something. So that is pretty cool. And then USL. So tonight, 7 o'clock, Hartford, Tulsa, 9 o'clock in New Mexico, Memphis. Your Monster slate Saturday. 4 o'clock, Detroit, Pittsburgh, 5 o'clock, Charleston, Birmingham, 7:30, Louisville, Tampa, 8 o'clock, Colorado, Phoenix, Rio Grande, Loudoun, San Antonio, Indy, Monterrey Bay, El County, El Paso, against Oakland. Those last 2 games I listed were at 10. Sacramento, Miami FC, and 10:30 Vegas against San Diego. Golf real quick. We'll look at the current leader for the latest event that I want to get to. So it's suspended right now. Bu Hostlers in the lead with 9 under. Tied for second, 8 under. JT Potts, Cam Champ. Tied for fourth with 7 under. Davis Thompson and Luke Griffin. Tied for sixth with 6 under. Nate Taylor, Luke List, Matthias Schmid. Adam Long and JJ Spawn tied for 11th with 4 under. Cam Davis, Nick Echevarria, Sam Ryder, Grayson Sieg, Scott Stevens, Davis Riley, Henrik Norlander, Hayden Buckley, Adam Hadwin, and Ben Grant. Tied for 21st with 3 under. Alex Ryan, Vincent Whaley. I'm going to do notables. Troy Murray, Tom Kim, Kelly Craft, Trevor Werblow, and Estalonzo Goya. Tied for 30th with 2 under. Nate Hardy, Chad Ramey, Ben Taylor, Taylor Pendrith, Ludwig Gayberg, Scott Piercy, Matt Wallace. And Webb Simpson, Matt Neesmith is in there too. Tied for 42nd with 1 under. Big group: Harrison Endicott, Austin Spelman, Ryan Moore, Justin Sue, Harry Hall, Taylor Montgomery, Adam Spivey, Charlie Hoffman, Brent Snecker, Chase Hadley, Nicholas Hojar, Pat Gazier, Callum Tarrant, Jason Duffner, Kevin Tway, Evan Van Royen, Michael Kim, and Nick Lidheim. Tied for 60th at even. Austin Reckroad, Aaron Wright, Christian Ziedenhout, Eric Cole, Tyler Duncan, Lucas Herbert, Zach Blair, Nate Lashley, Matthias Schwab, Austin Cook, Dylan Wu, Doc Redmond, Taylor Hogue, Kremer Hickok, Ryan Palmer, and Michael Glidgick. Tied for 76 with 1 over. Robbie Shelton, Saibu Kim, Scott Slings, Emiliano Grillo, Peter Malnati, Ben Martin, Augusto Nunez, Kevin Stroman, Nate Watney, Joel Dahman, Adam Schenk, Grayson Higo, Martin Lair, Justin Lauer, Andrew Novak, Max McGreevy, Kevin Roy, Logan Thompson. Tied for 96 with 2 over, MJ Daffé, Russell Knox, Ben Griffin, Robert Streb, Alex Smalley, Doug Gibb, Carson Young, Paul Haley, Stuart Sink, Tyson Alexander, Dylan Fratelli, and S.H. Kim. Tied for 109th with 3 over, Richie Wierenski, Zicheng Du, Jimmy Walker, David Slipsky, Will Gordon, Ryan Moore, Mark Hubbard. Is tied for 115th with 4 over with Harry Higgs, Chester V, Andrew Landry, C.T. Pond. And tied for 123rd with 5 over Brian Stewart, Robert Brem, Scott Harrington. 127th with 6 over Trevor Conant and Putnam, 129th with 9 over Kevin Westmoreland. Tanner Guinea tied for 130th with 10 over, and then the individual that withdrew was Joaquim Herman. All right, NASCAR. I think all the leagues go this weekend, but maybe not trucks. Yeah, no trucks until next weekend. Xfinity, the Alsco uniforms 302. It's from Vegas, 3:30. Should be a ton of fun. We'll save the Cup Series and then so Xfinity, the Alsco uniforms 202. I'm going to pick a good one. Chandler Smith at 20-1 to win this race, and then the Cup Series on Sunday at 2:30 for NBC from Vegas. Should be a really good race. And I'm going to go with somebody I think I had earlier in the year at the same track. Brad Keselowski, 18-1 to win the South Point 400. Okay, news and notes. I'm going to try to rapid fire this baby. Jamar Chase repost DK Metcalf's post about how Metcalf believes that Devon Witherspoon will get the best out of Jamar Chase. I don't think so. The Cardinals are accused of toxic culture as current and former employees describe working in fear under owner Michael Bidwill. Deshaun Watson to miss second consecutive game, so that's not good for Cleveland. T. Higgins is returning on Sunday from the rib injury. Says it looks promising. Leighton Vander Esch out at least 4 games. That's not good for Dallas. Derrick Henry, we'll see where he lands. Aaron Rodgers costs to McAfee $1 million, as that's the price for him to come on the show weekly. Clayton Kershaw undecided on his future, as he says he has a plan to take his time while considering a left shoulder exam. Becky Hammond says that it's a joke that Aja Wilson was third in the MVP voting. You can argue that for sure. I'm going to say so, at least top 2. She was robbed from The Broncos are moving on from Frank Clark as he'll be traded or released soon. Daryl Morey wants All-Stars for Harden as he hopes to turn Clippers assets into an All-Star level guard like James Harden or Paul George. Awful news in college football. Northwestern player Ronnie Caldwell passed away on Thursday due to multiple gunshot wounds. So thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends in Northwestern State. That's just awful news today. Jerry Jeudy didn't hold back. And asked about Steve Smith. And I'm going to say Stephen A. Or Steve Smith, the criticism from Jerry Jeudy, Steve Smith didn't hold back. And I almost said Stephen A. Smith. That would have been funny. Logan Paul and Dylan Denise throw bottles and get escorted off the stage during the boxing presser. And Nicholas Castellanos had a epic interview answer after making playoff history. The Phillies shirts say "attaboy," which was Oswaldo Arcia's infamous comment. That's really funny. And that crowd absolutely trolled Arcia. Rob Manfred likes playoff format as he doesn't have concerns about new postseason structure. And that's it for news and notes and best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. So today, we'll do a quarter unit on this is a hard one, but I like a lot a lot of my projections for college football tonight are pretty close. So I'm going to go to hockey. And I'm going to take one of the overs. I just don't know which one. Go Penguins Capitals over for a quarter unit, but I don't feel good about it at all. All right, the Fab Five. A quarter unit per pick, like we usually would do. We'll start in college. Pick number 1 of Fab Five this week. I am going to go with BYU plus the 5.5 against TCU. I think that is high. And BYU is pretty good. So I'm going to take BYU plus 5.5 at TCU. Fading TCU has been fun this year. Pick number 2. I'm going to fade Texas A&M again. I'm going to lay 3 with Tennessee against the Aggies. Pick number 3. I am going to take there's an over I liked a lot. I guess it was in football. So pick number 3. I'm going to take Iowa getting 10 at Wisconsin. I think that's a high number. So I'm going to take Iowa getting 10 at Wisconsin in the rivalry spot. Pick number 4. I'm going to take New Mexico getting the 7.5 against San Jose State. That is a ton of points for sure. And then pick number 5 of the Fab 5. I'm going back to the well with North Carolina. I'm going to lay the points against Miami. I just think that Miami last week was just a terrible, terrible loss. So I'm going to lay the North Carolina minus 3.5. Minus 102. The underdog pick of the week. Is a difficult one. But I thought about the nominees of dogs that I like. And the one I chose to go with was going to be this is a hard one to pick a money line this week. Let's do the Cyclones of Iowa State at Cincinnati for the underdog special of the week. Plus 164. And now the NFL Fab 5, which is going to be a little bit more tricky. Pick number 1, I just can't resist the 49ers. And it's just so tempting to pick them. Can't go there. Call me a moron for this one, but I'm going to lay 2.5 with the Falcons against the Commanders. So for the second week in a row, the Falcons are going to be in the Fab 5. I just think the Commanders are frauds. Falcons need the game. Pick number 2 in the Fab 5. I'm going to go over 43.5 between the Vikings and the Bears. The Bears have been putting up some points lately, and I know Minnesota can score too. So I'm going to go over 43.5 between the Bears and the Vikings, even without Justin Jefferson. The next pick I'm going to ride is the I don't like this pick either. And this is a team that I'm going to be backing for the third or fourth week in a row. And I'm going to lay 7 with the Philadelphia Eagles. Against the Jets. And I think this is the Zach Wilson turns back into a pumpkin spot. And pick number 4 or 5. Wait. So 1, 2, 3. So I have 2 more picks left. I'm going to take my goodness, this is so hard. And I really don't want to take the Giants or getting all those points at Buffalo. That's just banking on some people playing. That's for sure. All right, I'm actually going to take a total. I'm going to take a disgusting under between the Patriots and the Raiders. It's under 41.5. And then the last pick of the Fab Five, I'm going to take the over in the Niner game. Do I feel good about it? No. So I'm going to take the over in 49ers Browns. And in my underdog pick of the week in the NFL, this is a difficult one to call as well. Not many good dogs on the board. And the one I'm going to take, I thought about the Bears, but they have some injuries in the secondary. But there's nobody that's favored that I have projected by, that I have projected favored with the field goal or over field goal favorite. So I'm going to have to go for underdog pick of the week. The Seahawks of Seattle at plus 134 at Cincinnati, because that's the highest money line I have winning their game or coming close. Okay, so that's it for the show. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything and looking ahead to everything going on. So hopefully we get reality TV in on Monday as well. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, everyone.